says, Dear Freak Show, I've been dating a new guy for just about 3 years. We're really getting close, and he's around my kids a little bit more regularly. I have an 8-year-old and a 16-year-old whose dad passed away in 2017. He's very attentive to involving them in on our fun, which I love. We've done day trips to the beach. We've done barbecues with extended family, his and ours. It just feels good to have somebody that is a partner. My daughter has been a fan of him. I didn't know exactly how much, but as most teens, I monitor her social media, and from time to time, I've noticed conversations where her friends are referring to the boyfriend as her stepdaddy, which I thought was cute. Later messages started talking about how fine stepdaddy is, to which my daughter made some comments I'd rather not share, but she was wondering with a friend about my boyfriend's anatomy. Oh. When I brought the comments up, she said that she was just joking with one of her friends. I don't want to tell him or make things awkward between he and the kids, but I'd really like some advice on how to put this inquisitive genie back inside the bottle. It's super scary when kids are involved, so I'd love to hear your opinion because I listen every morning. Signed, Nala.
Listen, don't look at my group chat and don't look at my text messages because I'd be saying some, they're just jokes. You know what I mean?
It's a kid, though.
But she's 16. She's quite aware if somebody is good looking or not.
Yeah, I don't think they talk about good looking. I don't think when she said talking about wondering about anatomy, that ain't he's pretty.
If I was the mom, I would have a quick little sit down. Don't make it too serious. Be like, hey, listen, you can't. This is could potentially be your stepdad in the future. Blah blah. Let's leave the pants, what's underneath his clothes, a conversation out of it. Yes, he is good looking. And by the way, you are right.
She said that she didn't want to tell him.
She said no. She said I don't want to tell him.
She doesn't want to make it weird.
I wouldn't tell him.
Yeah, she said I don't want to tell him or make things awkward between him and the kid.
This is a weird situation, but to keep it platonic between the both of them, I mean, I'm sure he will. But I feel like you should tell him so that he has the conversation with her instead of the mom.
Is that?
Yeah, but if the mom has the conversation, you know how kids are with their parents, especially in their teen years.
That's her kid.
Yeah, I know.
And the only person who should be having this conversation is her.
But that's in their teen years, that
you
conversation.
Want him to talk to her?
I feel like he should talk to her and have him tell her this. Hey, I could.
I hear
be your
y'all shaking
stepfather.
y'all head out there in the Bay Area. Just let him finish.
But I'm just saying, you don't think that it would be more effective if he did? Because
that man should not be any. Listen.
Let me tell you about how big I really am.
Right? Yeah. So what was your little girlfriend saying? What's your little girlfriend saying? I can stir the coffee.
No.
I can stir that. I can stir that.
You guys
thing.
took it there. No.
I can stir that thing.
No.
I'm the wrong person to ask anyway because all I watch is stepmama porn.
Yeah.
So I'm the wrong person to ask because I know how this goes down. And she's 16, so she's off limits. But I'm saying the whole premise. This is the premise. This is the premise of every one of those movies.
Maybe he is really good looking, but she shouldn't be texting about what's going on downstairs.
No, but the reason why.
And it might have been that other hoochie that she got as a friend. She might have led her down the
Everybody's
wrong
like, no, Rich.
No.
But you guys are understanding where I'm coming from.
Of course we're not.
The only reason why I'm saying if the father has not the father, but if the stepdaddy, the future stepdaddy has the conversation and he lets her know that is never going to be a thing, that he's going to be the stepfather, I feel like she will get the ick and feel weird after that.
Yeah. And that's where mom who
in.
has the mom wisdom, said, I don't want to make things. Mom has found a man. They're 3 years in.
And he's fine.
The girl was 13 when they started kicking it. So she wasn't saying anything sideways. This man has invested time. This mom doesn't want to lose a good man. So she's not going to send this man into a room to say, hey, can you go talk about your yang size, please? Because my baby girl is DMing back and forth with her friend, talking about you can stir that bag like coffee.
Bro,
can you go in there and talk to my baby? No, she doesn't want to lose the man, and she don't want to make it awkward. So she's like, how do I put it back in the genie? But Meredith,
yes, sir.
What do you want to add to how we put this genie back in the bottle?
Mommy has to go sit down. I wouldn't make it a devastating conversation, but be like, listen, you don't need to talk about that with. I get why you were saying that he's good looking, and thank you, by the way. We found us a good one. You know, that's fine.
We got us a good one.
Right.
Don't run him away.
I'm
not saying you gotta talk about the yang. I'm just saying, like, if the daughter's embarrassed by the father, she won't have those ideas ever again.
Stepdaddy. All right, 888-429-0941. I want to hear from some of the other folks.
This one at 941. They need to present in a united front against the daughter, have all three of them sit down and have the conversation together.
Don't let these kids ruin your relationship. Mama, go in there and talk to your daughter.
Like, come down here and talk to us, and we don't have a family meeting.
Can you imagine the 16-year-old daughter be like, oh my God.
Nala's going to say, can you take off those gray sweatpants first? Can you switch it to some slacks?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, she won't think about it again if he says something.
Jackie is on line 4. Hey, Jackie, what's up?
Hi, good morning.
Oh, wait, I gotta hit the button here. All right, hey, what's going on, Mama?
What's going on? Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Now, what are you thinking? How do we put this genie back in the bottle?
So, mom times 4, okay? I have 2 adult children, 23 and 19, and I have 2 smaller children, 11 and 2.
Uh-huh.
So, my firstborn is my child. My husband raised her. I would feel super uncomfortable considering. So, the days that we live in, 16-year-old girls are not 16-year-old little girls anymore. They are under this impression that they have to be older than what they are and experience things before time and are always in a rush. Who's to say maybe somebody put their coffee in their spoon in her coffee cup already, and now she just wants to know the difference because this is an older man. So mom needs to be super duper careful because that could potentially not be the boyfriend's intention, but a man is going to be a man, and she should really open her eyes a little bit wider with her 16-year-old child.
So have an open conversation with the daughter and see what's going on behind those, the sentiment, the comment about it. See if
like what's fueling that conversation.
Right. Or
right,
find out she was
course,
just joking.
Because, like, so she could mean it in, like, a super innocent way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the devil is a liar, and a lot of unfortunate situations happen at home.
No, absolutely.
So,
I mean, absolutely. So, I mean, having mom go in there and kind of take it from that aspect of, why are you guys talking about this? And let's talk about where you are in this, and make it more about her and less about the dad so we can find out what the source is. I think that's a good point.
Absolutely. And try not to be, like, harsh because as a female, I grew up in a super strict home. We weren't allowed to breathe if mom said no. Like, grown people are coming, and you need to go to the room.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you.
Stay in a child's place.
Don't stand in between no man's legs. Don't sit in no man's lap.
Okay, all right.
Don't be in no man's face.
I mean, I think we all had that.
Yeah,
it's Santa.
Yeah, that's a whole different era. Like, super different era. But she should just try to be mindful that she used to be 16 at one point, too. And every 16-year-old had looked at an older man or older woman, female or male, like, I wonder. But if she could just close that little bit of I wonder and explain and teach her that I wonder will be there eventually, but right now is not a good time, I think she can be successful with making sure her daughter lives her teenage life correctly and not trying to move ahead of time. Like,
okay. All right. We got you.
Yeah, that's a good point of view.
That's a great point. I just wanted to make sure you got to some sort of punctuation. So, all right. Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Vicky is on the phone. Vicky, we got a 911 situation on the DMs. What's going on?
I think definitely do not have him talk to the daughter. It's going to cause turmoil between the mother and the daughter if she finds out that the mother told her. That's number one. But number two, it's going to embarrass her. She's going to be super embarrassed. And I think that's a conversation that the parent, like the mom, needs to have with her to kind of set her straight. And then, but not also make her feel too bad about it either, because it's kind of normal to have those kind of feelings, but definitely not for the stepdad, and definitely do not send the stepdad in there.
We know Rich don't start.
No, Rich, absolutely not. Do not send that man in there.
Don't you start explaining
so
that.
much drama.
You know what you're about to do, Vicky? You're about to make him start the fourth time he's going to explain it to us, and we still going to be shaking our head at him, so just stop.
We don't need an explanation. Do not send that man in there.
You're going to scar that little girl.
Yeah, she will be like, why was he in here? Why are you looking at my lap? All right, Mama, appreciate you. Let's see. We got line one. Ralph. Hey, Ralph.
What's going on, freak?
Hey, what we doing?
First of all, little Tink, you go sit in the corner and let the grown folks talk on this.
See, y'all are making it weird.
You made it weird, bro. You cannot send this grown man in to go talk to some teenage girl about what the little freaky deakiness they talking about.
I didn't say by himself.
Regardless with a mama or not, he has no business being in the room with this conversation.
Yeah.
This one is a little too much for him to be involved with some teenage girl. The mom needs to talk to the daughter and tell her slow her little freaky deaky fast ass down.
That's
and
right.
if need be, she needs to also call the other girls' mamas and talk to them about the little crap that they talking about. Because this is not okay. You cannot have the teenage girl in your household talking about your possibly stepdaddy's business.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That makes it weird.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
like
Mom has got to cut this one off at the bud right now.
And that's what I was afraid of, because it's hard to find somebody who could be a partner and who can accept, kids and all that other stuff, and really flourish. So she don't want to lose that. So she definitely is not going to send this man into the firing squad. You don't want to do that.
No, not at all. He needs to sit this one down. Hell, if even possible, she don't even need to tell the man, because you don't know what can happen down the road, whatever, whatnot. He might be sick in the head, but regardless, this man does not need to be a part of this conversation, and she needs to snip it right now with her daughter.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Ralph, because that's a good point, too, because she said, I don't want to tell him because I don't want to make it awkward. I think she's right about that, and I agree with you. So I think we need to keep him out of that conversation. All right?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, man. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
leaving him out of it, because now you don't want to make it awkward between the two of them. You don't want him to know that she's made comments. You don't want her to know that he knows.
Yeah, at the family dinner, it's gonna be real.
Right? Yeah.
I say make it awkward. She won't think about it again. She'll get embarrassed.
Yeah, you're gonna make it real weird at the Olive Garden. Can you pass me a breadstick, one of the thick ones?
Oh my God.
Girl, why you eating that breadstick like that? You know that.
Thank you guys for watching the video. For all things wild, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.